Independent restaurants are calling for financial help from Congress now to keep their doors open.
They're asking for more money to be placed in the Restaurant Revitalization Fund.
News 4's Tosin Fakile live at St. Stephen tonight with more on the help these restaurants say they need. Tosin.
Well, Tracy and Marius, chef and owner of St. Stephen behind me, says whether it's his size independent restaurant or mom and pop shop, they all need help. And many have lost a year and a half of profit margin. And he says the search is on to find ways to survive.
Restaurants that have been operating between a 3 and a 7% profit margin since which is basically the average, are now working check by check.
And that's why independent restaurants like St. Stephen in Germantown want Congress to replenish the Restaurant Revitalization Fund.
We're almost in 2 years of this pandemic, and we're still not getting relief.
The Independent Restaurant Coalition says 86% of those locally owned say they could close their doors permanently without help.
Your operating expenses have gone up probably 12 to 15% since pandemic. So we're all, as survivalists.
Very few times in American history have individual and relatively small industries like this been singled out by Congress for help. But the restaurants and music venues were the first to close, the last to reopen, and the ones hardest hit in the middle of the pandemic. So they need help.
The almost $29 billion RRF created earlier this year ran out of funding. Representative Jim Cooper, who was a proponent of that funding, is now pushing for the bipartisan Restaurant Revitalization Fund Replenishment Act that would add $60 billion.
The $60 billion we're pushing hard for right now for our restaurants will be returned to taxpayers and to Americans many times over.
We still need that funding. The losses will generate and resonate for the next 5 years, but we're still losing money and we're still not at 100% capacity as we were pre-pandemic.
Support that'll keep what Chef RJ describes as the fabric of communities across the country.
What we're going to lose is being able to walk out your door to go to the mom and pop deli or the bodega or the taco truck or the small Indian restaurant. We're going to lose that in the next 18 months if there's not anybody to help lift us, to support us.
And here, St. Stephen Chef RJ says they've had to get creative. One of those ways, Tracy and Maria says, they are no longer open 7 days a week. They're open 5 days a week. Back to you.
Yeah, one solution there. Thank you, Tosin.